You are planning a trip to Puerto Rico and you are doing the best thing by going ahead and clicking on this video and watching. Puerto Rico is more than just beautiful beaches. What else is there to do? Congratulations, you're doing your research and you should be proud of that. Now, my name is Stephanie, but you can call me StephaNena because we're back again with another video diving into the top 5 things that you should do if you're visiting Puerto Rico from someone who has visited Puerto Rico and had a heck of a time. Trust and believe, we had a time, okay? So let's get into the video. Now, if you're new here, if this is your first time seeing my beautiful face, so welcome to my channel. Like I said, my name is Stephanie, but you can call me StephaNena because I make travel, lifestyle, and personal development content so that you can be living and feeling like you're living your best life. If you feel like this is the type of content that you need in your life in order to level up, go ahead and do me a favor and hit that red button down below to subscribe to my channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, guys, and I would love to have you as part of the family. And if you enjoyed this video and feel like somebody else would benefit from it as well, go ahead and do me a favor and either share this video or hit that thumbs up button to suggest to the algorithm that this is a good video for others to watch as well. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Now, like I said, Puerto Rico is more than just beautiful beaches. To be honest, what I love to do with traveling anywhere is I like to know a little bit of history about the place before I go, because that just makes it so much more meaningful. So Puerto Rico, it was originally inhabited by the Taino people, and it wasn't called Puerto Rico. It was actually called Bordequén. Now, Puerto Rico means rich port. Definitely when you think of ports or send goods places, that's what Puerto Rico became over time. But yes, Puerto Rico was home to rich indigenous culture long before the Europeans came. Now in 1493, that is when Columbus discovered Puerto Rico. You know, I put that in quotes for a reason, right? Basically, Columbus claimed the island for Spain and kind of transformed it into a military strategic base with iconic forts that we can still visit to this day. And that's where like a huge mix of Taino, African, and Spanish roots all kind of blended in together with that military background. In 1898, after the Spanish-American War, that's actually when Puerto Rico became U.S. territory. Because of course the Americans won that war, and Puerto Rico is now considered U.S. territory, with Puerto Ricans actually being U.S. citizens, but Puerto Rico is still not a state, which is something that's actually still debated on till this day, but that still kind of gives you the benefit to be able to travel to Puerto Rico without needing a passport. So you do not need a passport to travel to Puerto Rico since it is U.S. territory. Now, when we think of Puerto Rico, we think of very rich culture infusion with food, colors, language, music, and you still feel that deep history of the Boricua people. So with all that said, now that you have that little history lesson, let's go ahead and get into the top 5 must-do things if you are going to Puerto Rico. Now, starting with number 5 is explore Old San Juan. Now, Old San Juan is beautiful. There is tons of things to do at Old San Juan, a lot of places to see, shop, just to walk around and see all the vibrant colors. Definitely getting some good food for sure is something that you want to do here as well. Here in Old San Juan, you can visit those military bases that we were talking about before. So that is El Morro as well as San Cristobal. Those are places that you can visit to see the history of the military background that is in Old San Juan. And I'm pretty sure they definitely still do have a military presence there in Puerto Rico, just because it is a very strategic place for them to be set up. But Old San Juan should definitely be on your list. This is a great place to get food. This is a great place to shop, but it's even more amazing for pictures as well if you love the color, the background, and things like that. The best time to visit really is any time of day, but I would say more so on like the afternoon, going into late afternoon time, because that is when it's really the most vibrant. Definitely get you a pina colada, right? It's fun to go and sit by the water because sometimes you'll see cruise ships passing by as well. With parking, I would definitely say it's probably best to Uber or to get dropped off, as it it can be a little crowded depending on the time of year that you're going, but it's great to walk around, get some steps in, do some exploring. Now let's go ahead and move on to number 4, a rainforest adventure, right? You cannot go to Puerto Rico. I mean, you can skip this if you'd like, if you're not really a nature person, but Puerto Rico has one of the most beautiful rainforests called El Yunque. And here you can do hiking, you'll see waterfalls, you can do, of course, like cliff jumping and stuff like that. But this is a very beautiful rainforest that you will not want to miss if you're going to Puerto Rico and you enjoy things like that. I'm pretty sure you can also do some ATV riding there. Now, be careful, it does get really muddy. So if you're not looking to get dirty or anything like that, you probably don't want to participate in the ATV rides. But if you're going to El Yunque, you do want to go with a tour guide. You do not want to do this alone. It can be very dangerous. It's wet. And pro tip, please bring water shoes. Try not to bring like sneakers or anything like that because they will get dirty. You'll probably have to toss them. If you bring water shoes, you can both hike and swim at the same time. And I think they supply life vests for you as well if you're not really sure how to swim or anything like that. But they have such beautiful hiking trails, very scenic views. It's a very, very beautiful place to be. So if you are a nature person, you most definitely want to go to El Yunque because this is going to be right up your alley, and definitely book with a tour guide. Sometimes the tours can range anywhere between 2 to like 6 to 8 hours. So get a feel for wherever you fall in that scale. I would say definitely 4 to 5 is a sweet spot. You get a mix of doing hiking as well as swimming and then other adventures along the way. And sometimes they might even feed you. So just be on the lookout for some really cool things to do or some really cool tours to go on like Viator, TripAdvisor, things like that. Now moving on to number 3. Number 3 is La Placita. Now La Placita is a must do, right? Like if you like to party, if you like to go out at night, you need to go to La Placita. Now La Placita is exactly that. During the daytime, it's more so shops, some good restaurants, some good food, is very chill. But at nighttime, it transforms into a completely different place. This is where you go to turn up. This is where you go with your girls, your boys, your whole friend group. This is where you guys are club hopping. There's tons of things to do along this strip, but definitely be careful because it can be a lot at night. But La Placita is the place to go if you're looking for nightlife, if you're looking for the club vibe. This is definitely where you want to visit if that is the whole goal of your trip. And if you ask anybody there, right, we asked a ton of our Uber drivers, we would be like, where should we go? They'd all say La Placita, like hands down. So definitely is a place you want to check out. Even if you're not into the clubbing scene, right? This is just somewhere to go just to see, get a vibe. And then from there, you can make your decision. Now, number 2. Number 2 is doing a night kayaking adventure in a bioluminescent bay. Now, this is so beautiful, you guys. And I was actually kind of scared to do this because, I don't know, being that close to the water was a little scary. I mean, I can swim and everything, but sometimes just being on water at night is what scares me. But because it is a bioluminescent bay, or you can do the ones with the LED kayaks so you can see into the water, which I think is the one that we had. I'm not exactly sure. But with that said, you can definitely see into the water. That is how beautiful and clear the water is. Basically, you can see just the water glowing. You can see the organisms like glowing in the water. It's so beautiful. And a pro tip is try and go on a full moon night. Now, I know you probably already booked your trip and you have no idea if it's going to be full moon or not, but if you can book it to be on a full moon, you'll get the best glow, because we all know when the moon is out and it's bright and it's shining, you can definitely see into the water a lot better. I would definitely say that is one of the best tips. And definitely try and bring like a waterproof case for your phone so that you can be taking pictures and recording that as well. But definitely doing night kayaking is a must do in Puerto Rico because they do have a lot of bioluminescent bays, and your tour guides are very familiar with exactly what you need to be doing. And there's actually no reason to be scared. The water was so warm. Like even if we got tipped over into the water, I would have actually enjoyed my little swim. So I will definitely say this is up there, which is why it's number 2 on the list to do. And that brings me into number 1, and that, y'all, hands down, this is a must do in Puerto Rico. And that is, you need to go to the Bakardi Museum, or as they like to say, Bakardi. Okay, so we're apparently pronouncing it wrong here in America, guys. It is not Bacardi, it is Bakardi, okay? And you need to go to the museum in Puerto Rico because I promise you, this is like one of the most fun times you'll ever have. Now, they have two different kind of tours that you can do. One, you can do a mixology class, or two, you can do a rum tasting class. Now, what I would recommend is the mixology class. That's what I did. We made two different cocktails. We made a pina colada and a mojito. But with that, our class wasn't all the way full, and also they took us on a tour anyway. So we got to try and sample a couple of the different rums. And when you do book the tour, when you do come, you get a complimentary cocktail before your tour starts. And then of course, you also make the cocktails while you're there. And you're also doing the little rum tour. You don't actually have to book the rum tour to taste some of the different rums because they let us taste it along the way as well. Now, we came very sober and definitely left DRUNK, okay? So we had a great time. This is definitely something that you need to do on the list of things to do in Puerto Rico. And I will book tickets in advance. This is not something you want to wait until the last minute to decide to book because it does sell out. Now, luckily our class wasn't fully sold out. So we got to like kind of go around the room and take the other little Bacardi shots that they had for us to be mixing throughout the class. But it was so much fun. And the instructors were really fun. They walked you through every single step, so there was nothing that you were missing yourself. It definitely has a deep history as well, and they explain all of that on the tour too. But this was just so much fun, guys. Like, if you are going to Puerto Rico, this is something you need to do. And this is like a very underrated gym that I didn't even know existed until I was going to Puerto Rico. So you're definitely doing the right thing by watching this video. And there is a reason why this is #1, because it was just so much fun. So this is not something that you want to miss at all. Now, of course, if you made it all the way to the end, that means that you get access to the bonus, right? And the bonus, I promise you, you guys, this might be a little bit more on the expensive side, but it is so worth it. And that is Éter Rooftop and Lounge. Personally, this is one of the best restaurants I have ever gone to. Everything was just so fresh. I mean, anytime you're on an island, right, the seafood is going to be fresh. And I am pescatarian, so I don't eat any sort of meat or anything like that. But even Malik, he got the steak while we were at that restaurant and had nothing but amazing things to say about it. And I got the salmon, and that was the best salmon to this day that I've still ever had. So that is definitely a place you want to check out. Like I said, it is a little bit on the pricier side, but it is a rooftop. So you get some beautiful views of the city. You can get some beautiful pictures. So you're not limited to just the restaurant, right? You get to overlook the city. And even when it's warm outside, I would say the best time to go is like sunset, because you get to watch the sunset over the island. You get to look at the beautiful views. It's still a little bit warm, so you're not kind of like cold from the island like breeze that's coming in at night. But y'all, hands down, and the dessert, the cheesecake, y'all, best cheesecake ever. I fantasized about this cheesecake, and I went on that trip like 3 years ago. And anytime I hear somebody going to Puerto Rico, I always tell them they need to go and they need to get this cheesecake. It was so, I don't know what they did with that cheesecake, but whatever recipe they were using was like literally the best recipe for cheesecake I've ever tasted in my life. So Éter Rooftop and Lounge, guys, if you can fit it into your budget, it is definitely worth it to me. But if you can't, there's tons of other places to eat. There's so many like rich, authentic, like hole in the wall places that you can go as well that are gonna like literally do it the same justice. Like, don't miss the mofongo, right? Like, that is a native Puerto Rican dish. You definitely don't want to miss the pina coladas, the mojitos, the tacos, like all that good stuff that you think of when you think of Spanish food and culture. Like, that is it. But mofongo is not something you want to miss. Now, mofongo is gonna not really be everybody's cup of tea, but I'm always a fan of just trying it, right? If you're in somebody else's territory, somebody else's country, the least that you can do is try something that is native to them, just to see if you like it, and also to show respect. You're willing to try different things. Éter is perfect for a girls' night. Maybe you're on a group trip and it's perfect for, you know, the last night just to wrap everything up. It is absolutely perfect for a date night too. So it really just depends, right? Whatever you guys want to do to celebrate that, it'll be worth it. Trust me. Now, those are the top 5 things that I would say you should be doing if you're visiting Puerto Rico. And if you are visiting and you've done some research and you found something else that hasn't been listed here, definitely drop that in the comments for the other people who are also visiting and want to know more things to do as well. Now, if you are traveling and this is something that you feel like you struggle with, which is itinerary planning or planning and booking trips and paying for trips and stuff like that, that's something that you feel like you struggle with a little bit, you can actually check out my Stan store, because I have tons of resources for you guys. I have my Pack Like a Pro free packing list that you can download that'll help you pack for every single trip, from international to domestic road trips. I have your Global Getaway guide, which is the guide that's going to help you to plan, prepare, determine what kind of trip you want, and execute your trips 10 times better. This is the guide that I wish that I had when I first started traveling, so that's why I wanted to make it for you guys so you can have access to that. 3, I have your Budget Like a Boss spreadsheet, because I was the type to overspend on every single trip and then come back and be like, what the heck happened? So your Budget Like a Boss spreadsheet is going to help you determine your travel budget, as well as how exactly you can plan your finances a lot better. And this is not just for trips, you guys. This is for everyday life, because when you feel like you have your finances in order, you definitely feel like you have so much more control over your life. And if you are someone who needs help with itinerary planning, maybe you are planning a trip to Puerto Rico, but it's stressing you out a little bit, definitely fill out my Effortless Escape Plan itinerary request form, because I work with clients one-on-one to help them establish an itinerary that works for them and their group, depending on their budget, to make sure that they can enjoy their trip and go with ease and not have to actually worry about the planning and the preparation part, because that will all be handled for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, because that does suggest to the algorithm that this is a good video for others to watch who are planning a trip to Puerto Rico. And if you love this video so much that you want to become a part of the family, like I said, I make travel, lifestyle, and personal development content so that you can look and feel like you're living your best life. And I would love to have you as part of the family as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Now, I appreciate you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments what's one place that you're going to visit when you go to Puerto Rico. I would love to know so that we can chat in the comment section. But other than that, I hope you enjoy your trip. You have a great time. Take your pictures. Make sure you bring some breathable clothes, because it can get hot, okay? And enjoy yourself. Most of all, just enjoy yourself. But other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.